Hey guys, I'm here. We are back for episode 5 of season 5 of Cobra Kai, and the last episode really pushed things over the edge as Terry Silver has driven a wedge quite methodically between Amanda and Daniel, sowing seeds of dissent within his own family and the public eye. Yet again, Daniel is fraught with public controversy, assuming that blows and bubbles over beyond the event that they were attending. But it was so well done and thought out by Terry, knowing exactly how Daniel would respond and how he would act just to these mere seeds. He's such a psychological villain and I love it. Oh, man. Then we have the feud between Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do continuing as they confront and fail to coexist together at the water park. A fight breaks out. Miguel and Robby try to intervene. Misunderstandings occur. Robby and Miguel confront one another. And again, Tory is kind of posed with this question of where does she stand with Cobra Kai and everything that's going on. They even cheated to win this event and get them all forced out of this whole thing to begin with. Kenny is just further steeping into the darkness, even to the point where he's not even able to hear Robby anymore. Robby is now the other to him, having quit, admitted to having quitted, and all that, and that he's trying to pull him back out of it. And Kenny just can't see through the veil now, man. He's gone for now. I hope at the end there's a happy end for Kenny. But that's where we are, guys. Gianni has arrived at the scene with Miguel and Robby just going at each other after everything. Misunderstanding, of course, but we'll see how things bubble over from here. That said, guys, if you want to see the full-length reaction to this, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, it gets you access as well. It's a watch-along format, and you get the same thing for all the other shows we cover here on the channel. You also get to help suggest and then vote on what movies we react to each month. We've got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage to try to make it worth your while, since you are going out of your way to support the channel. But of course, I'm not going to do that. And it's simple, you can help us out just by liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing these videos, because that engagement goes a long way with helping the channel grow here. And if you're new, if you're tuning in for the first time, I hope you enjoy this reaction. If you do, maybe you'll hit that subscribe button, stick around, because we've got plenty of other reactions coming your way, and maybe you'll like. I'd really appreciate it. But with that all said, guys, let's hop into episode 5, Extreme Measures. Great, here we go. Dude, I'd love to have one of those things. I wonder how much that is. Looks expensive. Wow, look who's back.
He stood tall, demanded justice. That's Cobra Kai. So let's give him the welcome he deserves.
The Stockholm is real, man. Oh, that twitch, that subtle like recoil when he laid a hand on him.
Thank you. Nobody ever rented me an apartment before. I feel like a kept woman.
Not at all. I want my loyal soldier living in style.
Also wants you quiet.
In light of your sacrifice. And I tend to do more than the least.
Yo, holy fuck. Kick my ass.
My ex-sensei used to have one just like it.
This was Sensei Lawrence's. Now?
Wow.
Check the trunk.
There's a dead body. Whoa.
Your body might be at a mall, my friend, but your taste buds are about to go on a tour of the old country. It doesn't matter where we go, the birthplace of culinary delight awaits. You want an Alfredo?
What Olive Garden does this? This guy takes his job a little too seriously, but I appreciate it.
One bite and you'll forget why you were ever mad at each other in the first place.
Yeah, I'm never gonna forget that. Neither am I.
I'll give you a minute.
Thanks.
Come on, we can do this. We can do this. Chain him up, lock him down, handcuff him to a rail.
This is Cobra Kai Sensei.
Silver's partner before he was sent to prison for beating this guy half to death. Apparently, someone wants me to think there's more to the story here.
Wow. Is it Stingray trying to come clean?
Look at you too! Bring it in, give me some sugar.
I like we're actually seeing Amanda's family a little bit.
What's all of this?
Don't worry about it.
What the fuck? You lie again?
The least lame one is called an escape room. How it works.
I know what an escape room is, and I'm not doing it.
Yeah, that goes double for me.
You two have your thing, whatever, but you keep forcing this, all you're gonna do is get his ass kicked.
Already
Oh, no.
In the time and the place.
I am Billy the Kid.
A little closer that time.
No, Rosa, I did.
Oh, he knew what she said.
Kreese put this guy in a coma and now he's driving around in a Cobra Kai billboard on wheels.
What if Kreese mailed it from prison? Kreese had to have sent that out to Daniel.
All I know is that Sensei Silver is an honorable man.
Sensei Silver came after my family. That's the kind of man he is.
You must have done something to deserve it.
All right, you gotta give me a goddamn straight answer.
My PlayStation.
Well, who gives a shit about your PlayStation?
Daniel-san. He is turtle. Fit further into shell.
You're right. He's bought and paid for. This guy's never gonna help us.
They gotta go to Kreese.
Sweet boy. This is no cheap remake. That's the original. Your mom used to play it for hours until she got into underage drinking.
I commit one act of vehicular vandalism. Never mind the middle-aged mean girls with faded lower back tattoo. I guess it all started when he got back into karate.
You have to open it from out there.
Hey.
LaRusso.
Never mind. Didn't think he'd come here.
I washed my hands of the Cobra Kai thing when we lost the tournament.
What? You started the whole Cobra Kai thing. If you hadn't brought it back, none of this would be happening.
Oh, Daniel.
It was just one tournament loss, all it took to turn you into a pussy.
Ooh.
What's going on with you, man?
Aw.
If you think I'm off the rails.
Way off. Look at you. Your shirt's not even tucked in.
Finally pushed her past her limit. She's at her mother's in Ohio. She took the kids with her.
Damn it! The space lobsters have tractor beams? This game's bullshit.
Dude, it's Galaga, man.
There is no end.
Whoa, that is a lot.
Every time I think it's over, another enemy emerges from Daniel's past like some twisted game of whack-a-mole.
Terry Silver is back?
You know Terry Silver? How?
Wait.
I met Daniel. He was going through
Oh!
some things, and Silver was the cause.
And you never thought of mentioning.
That. Holy shit. That's. She was the girl at the shop at the beginning of part 3. Ah! I didn't remember her name. She's Amanda's sister?
They assaulted me. They terrorized Daniel at every opportunity, all to drive a wedge between Daniel and Mr. Miyagi. And it worked.
Wow, I didn't recognize her at all.
He can get past it now, right?
He didn't really get past it then, did he?
I left her a bunch of bourbon-soaked messages last night.
At least somebody can corroborate Daniel's story, man.
Family's never been my strong suit. There it is, yours. I'm sure you and Amanda have your hiccups, but I'm also sure you always get over them. No reason to think you're not going to get through this one, as long as you keep your head out of your ass.
Do I want to ask what's going on here, or...?
Robby moved in for a bit. Now him and Miguel are at each other's throats again. This is my dumb idea to try to get him to iron it out, but it crashed and burned.
Obviously, you care a lot about them both, so I have a pretty good feeling you're gonna work it out, too. Whether it be with the computer-savvy new Johnny approach or something a little more Johnny classic.
Johnny classic, huh? I didn't think you were a fan of his.
It's starting to grow on me.
Oh.
Thanks for the banquet and the perspective.
That's what I'm here for.
This makes me so fucking happy, man. Really, it does. Like, I can't.
Pissed him off more. And if Robby didn't show up,
Robby?
he came in as I was getting my ass kicked and stopped it from getting kicked worse.
Oh, she's gonna learn the truth.
Babe Ruthless.
That's not a bad name.
So unless you've got a bat hiding behind that bony butt of yours...
I don't need a bat for you, tramp stamp.
Wow. Dude, get it. Sam, get in there.
You asked for it, bitch.
Oh, I felt that. I think she actually kicked that girl. Oh my God.
As much as I can't stomach the thought of letting Silver win, it's not worth losing my family over.
I have failed you.
No, no.
You have gone above and beyond. Any failures were mine alone. I'm only sorry I wasted your time.
Defending honor of Miyagi-Do, never a waste of time. No is helping friend.
Maybe start planning a LaRusso family trip to come visit you in Okinawa, assuming I can make amends with them too.
I know you will, Daniel-san.
We don't have much of this episode left.
What the hell is going on out here?
Mind your business, dirtbag. Beat it.
He's gonna make them spar.
Are you kidding me, Dad?
Work it out, like they just talked about with Daniel.
That's a time, this is a place. Unless that was all just talk.
Not for me.
Or me. All right, let's get on with it.
Oh wow.
Is that all you got?
And I love the kid fights because they put in the work hard to make it work. They have to work around like the older actors and stuff here and there. These fights are always fucking goated. Yo, go, go! Oh God! You said no. Oh fuck no! Not another railing! No! Don't do it. He's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it.
Why'd you hold back? I didn't get into karate to hurt people. Last time we fought like this, how come you didn't hold back?
Just wanted to finish the fight. I had tunnel vision and I got so angry that I barely knew where we were. Take it back in a second if I could. I mean, I was the cause of the worst moment in your life. And if it's any consolation, it was the worst moment in my life too.
You guys good? Well, thank God, because if you still hated each other when the baby gets here... All right, dig in.
Aww.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Miss Diaz. I hope it's cool I'm having dinner here.
You're welcome anytime here, Robby.
God damn it.
These guys are getting along now? How did you manage that? And please don't tell me the bruises on their faces mean that you beat them into submission.
They beat each other into submission. It was actually LaRusso's idea.
I didn't know you and Daniel were working together again.
We weren't, but I think we might need to.
Why's the door open? Watch Terry be here.
I got your new PlayStation.
You thought you could get him to turn on me?
I'm not here for trouble. I'm out of the war. I surrender, if that's what you want to hear.
It's remarkable how easy it was to disrupt your marriage. Imagine how easy it's gonna be to wrap Cobra Kai geese around both your kids.
Jesus.
We are way past the time for white flags, Danny boy.
Oh!
It's blood. So what? Make believe it's his. This guy wants to break humanity.
Oh, is he gonna use his lessons against him? Do it, Daniel! Use what you learned. No! Fuck.
I want you alive and well for what's about to happen. Alive, at least.
Wow.
worse. I'm becoming someone I don't want to be.
Who's she talking to?
Hiding the truth from someone I care about.
Kreese.
I'm lying to someone I fear. And I'm delivering anonymous notes that could put people in danger.
She's doing it for Kreese! Holy shit!
There must be another way.
Wow, man.
Or at least somebody else out there who wants to be in this fight. Just tell me there's an endgame to this.
There is an endgame, kid. Silver's going down. Only he doesn't know it yet.
Oh, that's the last one I could watch tonight, too. Fuck. Dude. I was wondering who could have left that note. See, like, it was anonymous, it was unmarked, so I was like, it had to have come, or at least originated in some form from Kreese at that point, because I was like, well, wait, Stingray's acting. There's no way he did it, right? Especially not after the confrontation he had with Daniel and Chozen. Definitely didn't come off that way, so it definitely couldn't have been him, but they did mention it was an unmarked envelope, which made me think, like, I initially thought after the confrontation with Stingray, I thought maybe it had to have been Kreese then, right? You know, if he can't reach out to anybody else right now, who can he reach out to? Daniel. But it was unmarked. It was an unmarked envelope. So how would he have mailed it from prison to Daniel? That bond. They talked about that too, you know, with Terry or whatever. It's like, we don't have that bond like you and Kreese did. But I'm here to still make the best of the situation, whatever Terry said when he was talking to Tory. But she's still visiting Kreese. There's a redemption arc coming for Kreese. I'm calling it right now. But he's playing his own game, dude. This is great, man. Everybody's coming together. I can't believe they brought Jessica Andrews back in. I forgot her. I completely forgot about that character for a while, and the fact that she's related to Daniel's wife, which is funny because they had like that friendship that they built on that started kind of flirty, at least with Daniel or whatever, but they had like a kinship, like a platonic friendship that came out of that in the long run. And I like that we continue that in some way, and that was a nice, pleasant surprise, even if I didn't recognize her at first, to bring her back into the loop. It does shorten the universe a little bit, but I think that makes sense. And you know, they were friends, they went off, and then like she introduced him to her sister to Daniel. That's a nice little way to tie that in. And for her to also being a witness to the terrors that are Terry Silver, to validate Daniel's concerns, his trauma, his paranoia. Because she was like, no, he's psycho, this guy. I lived through it. I still have nightmares about it. And then just kind of like the family themselves, the girls' night out with Anthony, bonding over their pasts, their trajectories. You know, they're not always defined by these things. And I like that because it's kind of like bringing Sam along for that little journey. We get to see also the types of, the kind of personal journey that Amanda has gone on. You know, from where she's acted out. She's had her spats, her problems. We learned about that when she was relating to Tory and trying to fight and vie for her and her salvation last season. So we're seeing all these little elements come together, and it's informing on Sam, but also kind of reinforcing that some of the negative things maybe Sam has been thinking about, these certain aspects of her life, maybe are not something she needs to be wary of. Maybe it's something she can embrace. That it's always going to be part of her no matter what, but she's got to make something positive out of it, like the karate, and she's going to turn it as she learned that the whole thing at the pool came, that Robby was actually just trying to protect and stop this bullying from happening to Anthony, shedding some light on the misconception that occurred while everybody thought that he was getting in the mix with Cobra Kai and he was part of it. He was not. He was trying to keep that away, keep Anthony safe from Kenny and all that other situation. So there's a lot of veils being lifted here for everybody in a lot of different ways across the board in this episode in particular. And then, you know, even Daniel trying to figure this whole thing out. And then for her to, like, you know, maybe I won't be part of this dojo or whatever, but I do want you to be able to defend yourself against bullies. Like, no matter what, at any stage of your life, you're going to be dealing with people that are going to threaten you or cause a problem and do what they do. Like we saw here, even with her mother still getting harassed. This stuff happens, man. It really does. I worked at a nightclub for like 10 years. I saw lots of stuff of all come from people from all different nations, man. It does not matter what stage you are in your life, you will deal with the same shit. And I like that was kind of shown a light on here. And then her coming back around and bringing that full circle in is like, well, you know, I could teach you, and give her like her own personal positive spin to bring onto the karate side of things that has been kind of detrimental up to this point. I like that. And then it's going to bring Anthony into the fold as well. And then Gianni all failing to get Miguel and Robby to connect. And then after that little faded meeting with Daniel, which I like because it just shows where Daniel and Gianni are at this point, where they came in, they just had a civil conversation over some beers and gave life advice. Gianni even being the level-headed one to really push down Daniel, who's lost in the fog right now with everything going on with Terry. And Gianni has no idea what is going on right now, what Terry is doing. But because of that, he's been able to wash his hands of it. But it's escalating and escalating and escalating all behind the scenes. But it was still a quiet little moment that Daniel got to have to be like, even Gianni thinks maybe I'm losing touch. And with what happened with Amanda and Chozen and all this stuff, Daniel's like even second guessing himself. It was just a really great way to bring that down and also just show the distance that we've come with those two as friends, and also where we can come with Robby and Miguel in the end. Because a lot of that was mirrored between Johnny and Daniel, between the conflict between Robby and Miguel. And I like that they fought that out, and I like that it came down to that moment on the rails to mirror what happened in season 2, that trauma, and pulled back to showing mercy. That was the thing that got him injured in the first place, was he showed mercy, and then I got him knocked over the edge by a rage-induced Robby. Which, no matter where you start, he started off Miyagi-Do that entire time, built up, and the rage still could get in there. It's not integrated into Cobra Kai, it's the teachers. But he still broke through that barrier, and he overextended and resulted in that event that they both wished they could take back. And, you know, they just had a lot of complications, because much like Daniel and Gianni, they also both had their heart in the same place for the same girl too. So there's a lot of parallels between those two and Daniel and Gianni. And I like that they kind of resolved them in a very similar fashion. And it still came down to, again, Miguel being able to check out, hone his anger, and stop himself from going over the edge. Again, just showing that his character is still strong, and his stance hasn't changed at all, even if it's Robby. And they were able to finally hone that out in that moment as well between each other and move past it. And then obviously the reveal of the child that, you know, they're going to have a little brother on the way. And then the dinner, it just warmed my heart. And then after all of that, it was like that talk with Gianni and everything that happened. Daniel was like, all right, I'm just going to set it aside, go apologize to Stingray, let this be. But it's too late. It's too late. Silver's not going to let this go. And it was a good fight. Daniel put up a damn good fight. And when we had those flashbacks to the board and the advice Terry himself gave him, he was leaning into it. And it looked like that was going to be one of those moments where he was like, all right, I'm going to use what you taught me. You know, the Quicksilver method. But he anticipated that. It was too late. And he got put down. And I have no idea what Terry's got planned next for Daniel and everybody else. But it's nice to see that no matter what, man, you can't keep Kreese down. And he's still got, when he builds loyalty, he builds it. You know, he just pushed Terry too far. Or Terry just himself as a character is just like, he doesn't know how to distinguish where these lines are. probably because of that relationship he had, and also probably because of his upbringing, and also because of what he survived, you know? It's a little bit of a different beast. And honestly, I could say if Tory was not kept in check and grounded by a Kreese that maybe hadn't learned some life lessons along the way, maybe if she had stuck through with a Kreese that was still like the Kreese that Gianni knew, she would be another Silver. But it just shows like how everybody has kind of grown for the most part. But it's funny though, because Terry had moved on, but everybody else just pulled him back in and unlocked this beast that no one right now can control, and everybody is trying to unite. It's the fucking Avengers of the karate universe trying to unite to calm down this raging animal that is Terry Silver. And he's like, I'm not just going to stop at the valley. I'm going to take over the world. He really is a fucking Bond villain. Dude. That was a great reveal at the end, like with Kreese. And to hold him out until the midway point where everybody's at their low right now. And then everybody uniting there at the end. You know, Gianni hearing about Daniel and coming to the call to check on him. Like, it goes to show just the type of unity and desperation, but also growth and, like, bondage that has grown out of this threat. To see, like, where we were, like, just, let's say in season 3 of all things, you know, at the end of that, working towards coming together, that, you know, this is where Gianni and Daniel are now. They're friends. They are there. They got each other's backs at this point. And they're giving each other advice. They are more than just acquaintances, more than just rivals. They are friends now. And I love that so much for these characters. And this is uniting so many people, man. If they could bring Mike Barnes back into this and have him become a part of this uprising, that would be great. Because we'd be bringing everybody back into this fold. Kreese pulling the strings from the shadows with Mike Barnes coming back in. We got Chozen of all people in here. And it's just insane. And all under one roof. It's great. This is so fucking good, man. Oh, is it fan service? Sure. But it's done right. And it's in service of the story. And I love every second of it, man. This show is too good. Too good. But guys, that's all I got for now. So sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Make sure to stick around for more Cobra Kai reactions coming at you after this each day until we are caught up with the season, and plenty more content that we got planned and lined up for the remainder of the year. It's going to be a busy fall and winter, so stick around, guys. But before we go, I want to shout out to channel legends: Manny Share, Ryan Karen, Jason Coleman, Philly Vane, Yori Corey Scott, Margaret Grace, Mary Bradley, Melita, Robert Anguiano, and Raven McGann. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. But that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. But remember, before we go, Cobra Kai never dies. Take care, everybody.